Are you a bad boy? Well, try being a good boy with Good Boy Magazine. Hey comic heads, and welcome back to Dangerous Comics. I'm your host, Dane Georges, and today we're looking at Good Boy Magazine, specifically the first issue. Good Boy, read comics or go to hell. This is a really funny comic anthology. It is published, it was originally a Kickstarter, but then also published by Silver Sprocket. And you can still find these on their website, so I'll be sure to link that in the description below. They went on to do 2 as well, and then in 2, they promote an issue 3, Good Boy Magazine number 3, but I don't think that actually ever came out. But, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But this anthology has a really cool collection of artists. A lot of them may be more known for their web comics, but really cool collection, really cool format. I love the square bound, thicker book. It is like 125 pages, so pretty substantial. Got the front cover with some Benji Nate on the front. America's best-selling comics magazine. Read comics or go to hell. I love that. And it's 999 cents or $10. But we get a cool little introduction to who's involved here. We have the editors are Michael Sweater, Benji Nate, then Silver Sprocket, and everyone that was involved there. This came out in 2021. We get just a cool little letter to the readers. Dear reader, what you hold in your discerning hands is the finest and highest quality comics magazine on the planet. All knowledgeable readers know that no comics periodical compares to Good Boy Magazine. Accept no fakes, accept no imitations, accept nothing less than the real thing. We appreciate your commitment to quality comics. Your purchase shouts to the world that you are a consumer who will not accept the trite, frail, nothing comics that the industry has taken to producing. So please wash your hands, find a comfortable, well-cushioned chair, and enjoy. And we do see here, this book was brought to you with the help of our patient and beautiful Kickstarter backers. There are none more pure or smart. We love you. But we also get this really great comic on the back by Mikey Heller, who does really great web comics. Congratulations, you have a Good Boy Magazine. And with its quality content comes a set of rigid rules. Yes, I love rules. Always read your Good Boy Magazine in the nude atop a pile of garbage. This is the artist and God's intent. Good Boy Magazine must be eaten to ensure proper disposal. This is my dream. Remember, Gremlin's rule applies to Good Boy Magazine. Rule number 1, no sunlight. Sunlight's for normies. Number 2, don't get it wet. Get out of the tub. 3, the second one will be way better. Funnier and hornier. So good. But we really get just a really cool collection of strips here. And I think it's just a really well put together book. And let's look at the back here. We can see all the collaborators, but we're going to go through these and kind of take a look at each of the strips. And I love that they've got their handles or their websites, so you can definitely check out their work as well. We start with this really great one by Benji Nate. It's kind of about a Sailor Moon character that's grown up and is doing an interview about her time on the team and what it was like. And then kind of getting home and seeing the magazine and how none of the quotes were interpreted correctly and everything's wrong. And then they ended up highlighting one of the other people on the team rather than her and how much better she is. So, and then her daughter isn't even impressed that she was in this magazine. And then she kind of goes and writes on her blog after being kind of depressed about it and then getting some hate comments being because she's talking about how she's kind of nervous about her daughter growing up and being like her as a kid. And then this commenter is, I don't have these concerns with my kids because I'm a good mother and I raise my kids right. Oh. So it's just really good. And I love Benji Nate's style. They also do stand-up comedy, and you might be familiar with their books, Catboy, Hellphone, all really good work, and also did this cover as well, but really amazing cartoonist. I then get some Flower Alligator, just some funny little strips about this alligator. He blows up and dies, and then his friend comes in and is mourning him, and then it ends up that it's a just a clone, and he comes in like looking like a villain wearing this eye patch, and then they hang up the clone and they cut him up and start selling the organs on online on the black market, as he says. But he's like, I don't know if Etsy counts as the black market. I really love the style of this bedside manners. And apologies for I feel like I'm not really sure how to pronounce this name. Konstantinos, but really, really cool style. And it's so like hectic and there's so much on the page, but there's such great movement, like how bendy and like how everything is in motion. I think it's really amazing. This person walking down the street, dragging their arm that like looks like something's wrong with it. And then we go into this doctor's office to the MD, who kind of looks like Egghead or Eggman from Sonic. And welcome, patient scum. I love just like this perspective of the nose and everything, but kind of just going through the doctor not really listening to them and what's going on with their arm. Really just really unique storytelling and page layouts. And it's a little like hard to read because there's so much going on, but because of that, it really draws you in to like look at all the details, and like you really kind of want to try to decipher the thing in its entirety. So really, really cool strip. And then just kind of like about that they're going to be losing their arm and thinking back on all the arm has done for them and the separation that and what it means to lose this piece of them. And then they wake up and the arm is in the garbage. Really cool. This was one of my favorites just for style wise. Like I haven't seen a lot of comics that look like this. We then get cats and frogs. I really like the openness, the layouts of like just like this whole panel is just the cat cleaning itself. We get Hop Dude by Dave Mercier. This was probably you've seen this. These are all strips that he would be posting on his Instagram just about basically Hop Dude is just his Mario character and about just like the cyclical nature of this person that I guess we all die eventually and then comes back to life. Mamma mia. And always ending on that punchline of Mamma mia. The colors look really nice in this printing too. We get a Fantagraphics ad, kind of see what was coming out at the time. And then also because this is a magazine, they also do some written pieces. This is about interview with this prank caller. Then we get Egg Cream. This artist, I believe it's Sam Grinberg, actually works on The Simpsons. So really unique style as well. I think the coloring is really unique too, how it's all like halftone. But very unique character designs and the colors really pop. It's a really, really pretty book. We get Shadow Fox by Bastian. And this kind of looks like maybe it was intended for like or they're trying to replicate like a little bit of a risograph kind of like texture on there. I think it looks really, really nice. And then we get Steve Thueson's Megacosm Episode 1. Steve also has a new book that's coming out from Silver Sprocket very, very soon. So kind of has that relationship with them. Really fun storytelling, fun, goofy sci-fi. I like the colors on this too. I think this whole book is printed really nicely and the paper is really nice. How it's got a little bit of a tooth to it, a little bit of texture, and just the colors lay on it really nicely. And I think Steve kind of plays it nicely how much color they're using. It's very open panels, kind of relying on that color, and I think it works really well, especially the colors that they're using, the pinks and these kind of like yellowy browns. There's then also this cool design section kind of showing like big letter forms and like found type. So really unique kind of work highlighted in here. Then another ad for Drawn and Quarterly. And then we get Michael Sweater's Everything Sucks. This is also another comic that he's gone on to do with Silver Sprocket. This is about these two characters drinking, eating hot dogs in the cemetery, hanging out, camping. And then, of course, something's going to go wrong. As they're there, he's peeing on this flower, and then all of a sudden a cat comes out and scares him, goes back to the tent, and he thinks everything's fine. But then, of course, there's this like Jason Voorhees kind of character coming out of the shadows, going to get him. And so they run. They're kind of running out away from him. They find that he locked the gate. I love this panel as like the eye holes in the mask are like lit up with that orange, kind of like making him look like a jack-o'-lantern almost. And then, please, I'm not ready to die. I never even watched The Wire. I said I would, but who wants to watch a show about cops? And then the Jason Voorhees character trips. I love that he's wearing And One slides and he falls. And then he says, well, The Wire is as much a critique of the police as it is an endorsement. And then they like lock eyes and then the shocked look as they start making out. What the heck? Well, first you act like making out with me is some kind of burden, then you make out with Casey Jones over here? Why are all women like this? And just because I brought you camping and tried to kiss you doesn't mean we're exclusive or anything. Also, we have a lot in common, and he's like really passionate about his work and serial killer stuff. It's not like I planned on this, man. Whatever. And then he's kind of like left outside the tent as they're smooching the night away. We get a cat boy of my very own, which is this funny strip about this guy trying to leave this trap for this cat boy that he sees by the dumpster. He's leaving like some milk and some sardines and trying to catch him, but this rat is eating them instead. And he finally leaves some pizza and he catches this cat boy and he's trying to get him, trying to bring him home. And he sees that he's got like this like crusted up eye, like a pink eye, runs away. And then ends up going back home and he's got his goodies. Another funny written article about Dear Sparky, and it's all about that they wanted to have an interview with the creator of Peanuts, but they found out that Charles Schultz is dead, so instead they tried to get a Ouija board and ask him a bunch of questions, but they never got any answers. And then we've got 420 Fake Street by Alex Krokus, another pretty well-known webcomic artist. He also has some prints that he's done of his 4-panel webcomics that are being printed and distributed by Silver Sprocket, so a little bit of a relationship there as well. But all about this cat character moving in and having some horrible roommates. This guy's instantly trying to blame them for like breaking the shower, even though obviously they did not do that, and wanting to take their security deposit to fix it, and then trying to get all of the other roommates to align with them about taking like why they should take the security deposit to fix it, and just being a total ass the whole time. And then they kind of have like a meeting about it, and as they're meeting, all of a sudden there's so much water coming into the tub that it crashes through, breaks down all the water's coming through, and then I love how we end on same thing as the first page, where we get this day view, and then we end on this night view as the water's like rushing them out, and she's choking the chicken guy out, and end. Thanks. Really fun. And I feel like I don't usually see his work in color, so really cool to see what Alex's work looks like in color. And then we end, I think this is actually the end, we end on Grayson Bear, who's a really, really talented webcomic artist, or comic artist in general. Also does hand poke tattoos and really, really cool work. I love these textures and kind of the contrast of his open line art against that. But it's this like futuristic thing of this lady using this meditation app to like learn how to burn shit with her mind. The app says, by the time I learn how to burn shit, I won't want to anymore. It reminds me of a story about a sage from Earth. They say she learned to move mountains by accepting that the mountains were already exactly where they needed to be. I think it'll be different for me though. Inhale, exhale. I really want to burn shit. But these colors are, I love the red and like using the halftone, how we're like just using like slight variations of that red or lighter or darker, but it's really, really beautiful. It's probably one of my favorite like colored pieces of the whole thing. And it's just one color. It's really, really nice. Even how the halftone is used on the fire, it really kind of like makes it look like it's illuminated. And yeah, we end on, like we looked at originally, the cast of who is in this issue. So take a pause here and look at all these artists. Make sure you give them a follow. Check out some of their other work. And then a little highlight of what else was coming out from Silver Sprocket. And some of the other artists that are also in here are featured here as well. And then a big ad for Good Boy Magazine 2, which did come out and has some interviews with like Gerard Way, Stacy's World, Black Rose, and then all these awesome artists. So I would love to take a look at this issue as well. If you guys enjoyed the first Good Boy Magazine, I think that'd be a lot of fun to take a look at. But let me know in the comments, is this a magazine that you've heard of before? Have you checked this out? Do you like this? Do you hope that they make more of these? Let me know. And if you would like to support my work as well, I am a self-published cartoonist. You can find my work at danegeorges.com, where I've got comics like Doomskull, which is about an ex-supervillain that works at a grocery store with his minion, Bag Boy. And then I've also got some horror one-shot zines like Sleepless Sights and The Passenger. And my newest zine, Jiggly Bub, which is about a piece of gum that God spits out, as well as X-Ray, which is about a collection of my 4-panel webcomics that I would post on Instagram, Webtoons, and Tapastic. And the newest thing I'm putting on my website is Bootleg Bobs, which is a collection of 20 artists from across the U.S. that I got to do a 2-page Bob's Burgers strip in. So would love if you would check all that work out on danegeorges.com. And if you like this episode, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be sure to see you guys in the next episode. Thanks.